What's going on, y'all? Thanks for joining our show. Today, I want to talk about the entrepreneurial and businessman mindset. If you're a young man trying to build something meaningful in your life, this conversation is for you. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Joe on a mission here with Coach Will. How are you doing, brother?
Good, bro. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Okay. My name is William, but everybody calls me Coach Will. I'm a wellness life coach, personal trainer, and artist. Grew up in New York City, and now I go back and forth from New York City to Houston.
Gotcha. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, I have a business in construction, the construction industry, and I work in studio production, and recently a streamer on YouTube.
Nice.
hmm
Love it. Streaming.
what inspired you to become an entrepreneur?
Growing up in the impoverished neighborhoods that I did in New York City, seeing people struggle for lack of money and resources, that always made me want to start my own business and be able to help others.
Perfect. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One thing that inspired me to become an entrepreneur was my mother. She always, I mean, she had a small business, but she was always looking ways to expand it. And I remember at the age of like 16 or 17 looking to help her do that. And so even I remember going to U of H, uh, to certain classes, just to learn more about business, to be able to, even though because I was still in high school, uh, but they would have these events, like entrepreneurial events or something, like I think in the
Hmm.
Eddie Bauer business uh, uh, section of the school, and so I would go there, just to hear professors talk about how to for business, like how to expand it and everything, and it was specifically for that, to be able to help my mother with her business. So she was an inspiration for that,
Nice.
and it
Your
always
mother.
carried, like I've always had like that entrepreneurial spirit since then.
Nice. Amazing.
hmm Um, did you always know you wanted to be a business owner?
From as far as I could remember, I know I wanted to have a business since I was a kid, and I had little small businesses since I was a child, like 13, 14 years old. I was selling candy, designing clothing,
Yeah.
selling mixtapes. So
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
so
yeah,
young.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So now you say that, I remember one of my very first things to do on my own was DJing. In my early 20s, I think I was like 22 or something
Oh,
like that, with
nice.
a friend of mine. We were DJing. We would used to DJ at the Four Seasons and different locations around town, and so yeah, it's like the beginnings of like that entrepreneurial
Yeah,
spirit.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um, I've always known that I want to be a business owner. Like, I feel like it's just my destiny.
Hmm.
Like that's my thing.
Nice.
What was the hardest part of starting your business?
The hardest part of starting my business was shifting my finances. I had to give up a job so I could have more time to focus on this business. So it started off with less finances,
Mm-hmm.
putting in the hard work, planting some seeds because it takes a lot of time and energy to build. So that
Yeah,
was like my biggest
yeah,
sacrifice.
yeah, and I know exactly what you mean, because I've even taken pay cuts, like having a higher position in a company, and then but taking but it took a lot of my time and
Hmm.
effort.
Yeah.
And so instead went to go work at another company for less, taking a pay cut, but it allowed me more time to be able to do the things that I want to do to further my businesses
Yep.
and my
Yep.
ventures.
Hmm.
So I know exactly what you mean by that.
Yep. Exactly.
Tell us a little bit about a moment when you thought about quitting.
Mm, I've always kind of pushed through. Maybe I didn't feel like quitting, but I struggled with the business. I struggled with getting clients. I struggled with learning different things because when you become a business owner, a small business owner, it's not just being a great coach. Now I have to be a marketer, a salesman, all these other things.
Mm-hmm.
So it took some time there pivoting and learning, and I'm still learning.
Right, right,
So
right. Yeah,
some of those moments got very hard.
gotcha. No, yeah, yeah. I definitely, I feel that. I've also never thought about quitting. It's all I've always thought pivoting, always pivoting. Like I just feel like I can't quit. Like
Hmm.
I'm still alive. Why would I quit? You
Yeah,
know, like it's just not for me. I can't do that. You just have to pivot, pivot, pivot until things are aligned perfectly.
that's
You know,
right.
and there is no such thing as quitting for me anyway.
Nice.
Yeah. What sacrifices did you have to make to pursue your vision?
I sacrificed certain amounts of income. I sacrificed certain negative friendships. But there was a lot that I was already putting in place before the business started that I just knew weren't good for my life period. So certain people, places, and things, I had to be more focused on what was healthier. The healthier I am mentally and physically, the better I can be at my business or anything.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I feel that. Same thing here. Sacrifices that I had to make was spend less time with like friends and family and even business acquaintances to focus on the business and work on it, which takes time.
Yep,
You know.
absolutely.
Have you ever experienced failure that later became a blessing?
Many, many, many times. Almost every failure has become a blessing.
Nice. Yeah. Um, for me in my life, in my experience, failure, like in business or in life in general, are like lessons. You know, uh, to become stronger mentally, spiritually, and to be like more business savvy. Um, so yeah, what has entrepreneurship taught you about yourself?
It has Entrepreneurship is amazing because it showed me a lot of my weaknesses, but it also showed me a lot of my strengths,
Mhm.
which you feel them, you see them, you love them. It's an amazing thing.
Gotcha. Nice. Entrepreneurship has taught me about myself true capacity for resilience, creativity, and self belief. Like
Amazing.
it's made me to be more confident in what I'm doing and and move forward.
Nice.
Hmm. Yeah. If every young man watching this interview could remember only one lesson from today's conversation, what would you want that lesson to be?
That the road to success isn't a straight path. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of ups and downs, squiggly lines. There's
True
a
that.
lot of pain, but there's also so much more love than you could imagine.
Exactly, exactly.
So
True,
keep going, keep going.
true. Thank you for joining us today and sharing your experiences.
Thank you.
To everyone watching, remember that strength isn't about never struggling, it's about continuing to move forward despite the struggle. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. Again, I'm Joe on a mission here with Coach Will, and thank you so much for watching. Take care. See you.